Welcome to another episode of Sticks and Scotch. I'm your host, Rahul Krishna, and my co-host, Mark Lumen, and today we have another very special guest, an old friend of mine who owns two of the best tasting restaurants in Texarkana.
Absolutely.
Cafe Lucille and Benchmark. And Jason Williams, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah. So we begin again. I know you prematured, but we usually begin when
we're supposed to line them up.
Yeah, that's how.
I've been mine before.
He premature too, so.
Well, he
was
pregame.
taking too long.
He pregame. I was working all damn day.
We were supposed to do this 18 minutes ago, so I was.
18 minutes late. We're on governmental time.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, so.
So Jason, are you a? Did you grow up in Texas?
Yes, sir. I grew up here from kindergarten on. Went to Arkansas High, graduated Arkansas High in '93. This guy right here.
One of my mom's pain in the ass students.
Yes, I definitely was one of the pain in the ass students. I was the cut up and the one that was always, the one in the hallway. That was me. So yeah, I grew up here and I moved off. I went to college a little bit in Mueller for a while, and I came back in the '90s and started into this business. I moved off to Houston with my wife, but Texarkana just was home, and it just kept calling back to me and wanted. I just really want to be home with my mom, to tell you the truth. I'm a bad mama's boy.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
So, you grew up here. How did you get into the restaurant business? That business.
Man, that was what I was doing while I was going through school in Little Rock. I was waiting tables, and I just happened to be good at it. I don't know if attention deficit. Just you try to focus on 5,000 different things at once, and so I was good at it, and I enjoyed being around people and everything. So I just and then I got promoted, and then the next thing you know, I'm a bartender, and then the manager calls in, and they're like, "Hey, you want to manage too?" And then next thing you know, I'm in Little Rock doing that, and then I come home in the '90s and just kind of continued it.
Okay.
Where'd you get your start at?
My very first management and bartending gig in Little Rock was Shorty Smalls.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Wednesdays, right? Wasn't Wednesdays a special?
Yeah.
50 cent
Were you
beers
in
or
North
something?
Little Rock, or were you in?
I was on Rodney Perry.
West
I was on Rodney Perry.
Yeah, West
the
Little
OG.
Rock.
The OG. That old building, man, had a lot of memories.
Yeah, I went there a few times. I never saw you.
What was there? Get this down. It's a Bruce Evan now. My wife and I just passed by it the other day when we were up there, that was my first one, and I had a great time doing it. And like I said, he put me in the bar because I was a good server, and he said, "Hey." My bartender called in, and then the next thing you know, I'm bartending, and he's like, "Hey, my manager came in, and hey, we'll make the schedule for me." And then the next thing you know, I'm doing it, and I wound up liking it. And I was going to school to be an accountant, like my father, and I was working for him bookkeeping. And then I finally told him one day, I was just like, "I can't do this."
Accounting's boring as shit.
Yes, God, so boring.
Oh.
And you just sit in the office and you're just surrounded by nobody, and you're just going over numbers, blindly looking at numbers. And I'm good at numbers, which is fine, but I don't. Anyway, and I made.
Don't want to do somebody else's.
Yes, and I made a living doing this, and so to me, I get to always be at the party and the fun time, right? Nobody really goes to a restaurant. Now, some people do intentionally go be bad, but some people, you're going there to celebrate whatever it is a birthday or or anniversary or
A podcast.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's usually a celebration. So you always kind of get to be a part of everybody's good time, and you really, in a small town like this, you become part of people's lives.
And in the beginning, you worked pretty much a lot around town because I've met you.
Oh yeah.
So different establishments in town.
Oh yes, sir. So as far as around here, man, I worked at Bennigan's back in 2000. That's where my wife and I met. She was a hostess and I was a bartender.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Bartenders and hostesses.
Saw the movie Waiting.
They're all younger. Right? My wife is 9 years younger than I am. Bennigan's there for a while. I actually, Old El Chico's before it was torn down. I was there for about a year bartending. And then I went over to Timothy's when Timothy's opened in 2003. And then that's where I really got, where I felt really at home and comfortable behind a bar and was given the opportunity to kind of make it mine.
And manage it.
And manage it and run it, yeah. And so,
Make
and
the
it-
numbers work or.
and well, and create the, you know, the atmosphere, the cocktails and all that, and really get a more of a grasp on cocktails than your Bennigan's days of making
LIT.
you know, Long Island teas and you know,
Somebody
Mark-
told me about LIT at work. I was like, man, no.
Well, we have something
there are
down
adults
here
that drink those still. I'm not kidding you, grown people. That
Oh
I-
my God! Well, yeah. I mean, I'm
Because
talking about
they're wanting to get hammered.
Yeah, he's like, boy, he's wanting to pre-mix. I was like, man, I usually don't pre-mix, but man, those LIT pre-mixes are good.
Yeah, it's but you know, from there, that's when I met my wife, or no, when we were getting engaged and married and actually pregnant. So I got engaged, married, and pregnant with our first kid all the time that I was working at Timothy's. Then we moved to Houston while my wife went to culinary school down there. And I worked for the original Carrabba family. Like Johnny Carrabba and his father were in the restaurant all the time. So I was learning from.
Forgive me, who are these?
So the Carrabba family, yeah, they're Italian. They started they come from a restaurant family.
Okay.
The Mandolas down there, and then he started this restaurant back, I think it was the 80s, over on River Oaks, which is the high end over there, right? And funny thing is that place was actually, he tells the story, it was a, you know, back in the day you had to have DVDs and porn stores, so it was a porn store.
Yeah.
So he comes in and he winds up and he tells his family, this restaurateur family, he says, I'm gonna open a restaurant here. We're gonna call it Carrabba's, we're gonna do Mama Rose's recipes and all this stuff and everything, and it's a porn store. And they're like, you're crazy. So he does it, and obviously he starts this great restaurant, and he has this restaurant, and then while he has it, he's booming, and the Outback Corporation comes in and goes, we want to buy your concept. And so that's why Carrabba's is nationwide, because the Outback Corporation comes in, says, we want to buy your concept and franchise it. So they did, but Johnny still had his original store and the store in Woodway and Foss. And these guys were doing $8 million a year, $7 million a year out of these stores. And so I'm just sitting around soaking up knowledge the entire time my wife was getting education.
It's teaching you high-end
Yes, sir.
restaurant.
Okay.
And how, and I watched it. I mean, I made sure I watched everything they did, right? Everything, how it ends, how they handle their customers, how they handle their employees, everything. So for 2.5 years. Then my wife and I just got tired of the hustle and bustle, man, just living in Houston and everything.
Oh
Just,
yeah, I've lived there.
God.
Clear Lake over here.
We lived in Katy.
Did you? Oh yeah. The big ass mall.
Yes, God.
The one that's a mile.
Well, and we lived there during 10 being in construction. So the entire time we were there, they were building that giant baggy. Yeah. So it was just hell getting back and forth to work. And so we finally, I said, let's just get home. Well, about that time, Georgia Dave were opening up Hopkins. And they needed people who knew what they were doing. So that's where my wife and I came in. We spent the first year opening up their place, you know, hiring employees, training them, getting the systems of operation and everything going.
Putting
My
a
wife,
solid menu in there.
yeah, she put the solid menu in there, and we got all that going. And then an opportunity came along to go to the country club, Northridge Country Club, and my wife took that position there, and I went as well. And so we ran Northridge Country Club for 3 years over there with Zach Lawrence being the GM there. And after that, Pecan Point.
Yeah.
They were in need like Georgia Dave was, some people who knew what they were doing. I came in there. My wife wasn't at first, but I was. And basically, they knew the beer brewing, and that was it.
So you're a person that kind of does the ground up, get somebody established.
Mm-hmm.
You've done that. You've watched them in Houston on
Massive scale.
Massive scale. Come here, help people that are upstarts trying to get their business going, and then you decide to
Do my own. I always knew I wanted to do my own.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. So what made you want to take the jump?
I actually, going back to the Little Rock story, I was actually married for a year up there. Nobody knows it because I divorced and went back to Texarkana, and she moved to Memphis, and it was and I, like a girlfriend nobody knew about, right? So
Tidbit of information that nobody
Exclusively.
that is exclusive.
Yeah.
That is
Sticks and
exclusive.
Scotch.
Because nobody, when I say I was
Yeah.
married before, people were like,
Yeah.
huh? Unless you were in my wedding, you really wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
So during that time, I wanted to open a restaurant. I remember her uncle, my ex-wife's uncle, owned a restaurant in Memphis, and I was just all about getting up there to see him and watch him and see what's going on up there. And I was even talking about moving to Memphis when we were together because that was what I wanted to do. Well, dreams come in later. You wind up doing it at home.
Life happens.
Life happens.
Yeah.
What way?
Reality sits
But it
in.
happens in a great way because I mean I'm back home and I'm happy in Texarkana. I love Texarkana. You know, it's been real good to me and my family, and I enjoy this pace of lifestyle.
So, you have this concept after you've done all these openings for people you know, people you like, people you love, and you think, I want to branch out on my own.
Oh yeah, the plan's always on your own to do your own. You learn by watching somebody else grow by either your mistakes, their successes, and your successes, and then again and again. You know, and so and then I'm like, okay, I know pitfalls now. I know.
And Timothy's is gone.
Timothy's gone, and so we were in partnership over at Pecan Point, and my wife and I were like, let's it's time to do it on our own. Let's just no more partners. Let's just jump out of this boat and swim to shore and go.
Yeah.
And we did, and we put everything we owned, everything we knew, leveraged everything we got some. My brother backed us on some loans, and we pulled it all together and made it work. Carter Adams. Not Carter Floyd.
Yeah.
Wrong Carter, not Carter Adams.
No, shout out to both of them.
I like Carter Adams, don't get me wrong.
Adams did
Yeah,
my
yeah.
floors. He did a great job.
No, but yes, Carter Floyd was, and it kind of became a turnkey thing because he really wanted, he knew me from the Timothy's days, and we ran the country club for Amy Torrance, and so she, not Amy, it was Amy Torrance, Thomas, Amy Torrance Thomas, I'm sorry. And so Carter calls her up, and and they were like, we were really wanting some high end back in here, and he's needing, he's tired of the Mexican place came in, and whatever lightning, whatever came in, right? And then, so he's like, we want to make this happen. Well, he made a phone call to Amy and said, what am I getting into with these two? And Amy said, you better do it. He said,
And Carter Floyd is a great.
He is a
he's
great dude.
He's a great.
he is, I mean, I
And
don't know.
Amy is too.
Amy said, I don't know how I could have gotten, I actually was very fortunate because, man, in my business, I've seen pitfalls and other people go out of business, and I've seen the issues that they've had with landlords and, and it's not always been good. And I've been very fortunate, actually, in both my restaurants. The Rebels have been great to us here as well. So.
Now go back to that.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to start another one and especially choose the downtown location?
Well, downtown,
Especially when you started, because it's still not as developed as you'd like it to be, but it is getting more developed. However, you were kind of here on the ground level. Not
on
like,
the second,
Especially
Yeah,
on the
second
Texas
story.
side.
on the
Yeah.
Texas side, there's not much
You're
going
absolutely
on. We always knew we were going to do more than one restaurant. That was our intent when we made our LLC. Because we made an LLC with a separate name and we DBA'd. So
it's the point of making an LLC so you can have something underneath.
yeah, that's right. So we have two DBAs now under this LLC, Will Resco, and the concept came alive because we have multiple concepts in our head, my wife and I. So we're we got this. We want to do this. We can do this, and a lot of it depends on location and timing and such.
Yeah.
So during the time at Benchmark, we did brunches. Remember, we did brunches at the very beginning. We did them every Sunday.
I heard about it.
And then they
Absolutely the best.
thanks, man. I
They
appreciate
were.
that. Yeah. And so we did those, and then man, COVID hit and shut us down. And so since it did, we backed off on brunches and we started kind of crunching numbers while we had some downtime. We're just going through brunches for nothing. We're opening a restaurant, flipping everything over. This is the last day of our work week. We're making everybody close to overtime. This just is not profitable for us. So we went down to once a month. And then that was bangers for a while. We did really well with that. You know, that's where this concept was born, because we knew there was a market for brunch.
So you knew that, started looking for a place.
I started looking at both places.
So tell me how you found the place, but more important, how did you come up with Cafe Lucille?
So the space, I always wanted to do something downtown, but you know, downtown's a risk, man. It's, you know, it's a long-term investment, right? So I'm looking at goals of this place being packed down and down the future, as well as just my love for downtown. But in the beginning, we actually looked at the place Lost Pizza was in. But Lost Pizza got to it before we did. And
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
But and once they had that, when we started looking around, and I just kept wanting to come downtown. When we come downtown, we're looking around, and I was talking with Taylor Barr over here. Taylor Barr, Callaway now. Taylor Callaway. Sorry, Taylor.
Sorry, guys.
And she was telling me about the Ribbles and then Lee Medley and them, how they had done her space and everything, and that they were good landlords and everything, and that they had some more properties down here. So I asked around, and he said, "Yeah, man, we got this property here." He said, "Go take a peek, man. You can just walk in the back door; it was all crumbled." And I was like, "Sure." And so, man, I walked in this back door, crumbled up. This thing is just a ceiling caved in. It looked like an earthquake had happened because the foundation was rippled all over the place. I guess it's been a poor job or something. And then that was the back of the old Timberlakes, and there was just water standing in the back part over here and everything.
What was the Timberlakes?
Timberlakes was a hardware general store similar to Bourbon Farm.
Okay.
It was just the Texas side version of it
Bourbon Farm.
on a smaller scale. So as I'm looking at it, I'm like, boom, cafe. That's our cafe concept, because we already had a cafe concept. And I was like, here it is. This is going to be an indoor closed, outdoor seating. This is going to be our gym in this place, right? So we did it. We start the concept. We get going with the Ribbles and meddling them and get it going. And the name of it comes out of my daughter. My daughter is Lucille, and we were going to name it after. We did ask my son first if he was, because he's 9 years older. Are you going to be upset? He's like, no, I don't care.
Whose name is?
Julia. Which would have been Cafe Julia, right?
How many kids? Who are the kids' names and how many you got?
I got 2 kids. I have a 19-year-old, about to be 20-year-old, playing basketball in Hot Springs at National Park Junior College. And then my daughter, who is 10 in 5th grade, 10 going on 30 or whatever.
19,
Yeah,
see her again.
and we're on the precipice of puberty here, and Daddy is scared. in more ways.
You ready to beat somebody?
Man, I don't think I'm gonna have to with this one. I really think she's.
I think you're more scared of her.
Yes, 100%. I'm not scared of the boys. I think she's gonna be able to more than handle herself. If she's anything like her mother, which she is, and stubborn as the day is long, she will be just fine with the boys. I'm just worried about her because.
So you brought the concept, which is down here, a brunch with a breakfast.
Breakfast full bar, breakfast 24/7. That was kind of our deal. We were just gonna make breakfast available because where else are you gonna get a breakfast at this caliber in this town?
It's kind of a lunch concept, though.
Yeah, it is. So it's a lunch and
yeah,
brunch concept,
yeah.
but I have to have lunch because I can't make enough money off breakfast.
Right.
So, and then, and it's really become an entertainment venue.
Yeah.
Really, because we do a lot of dinners and, we did the burlesque show.
Yeah. Do it again. Yes.
Yes, it was outstanding. So I'm gonna see if I can get 2 of them this time. I thought it was a real great one. So we plan on doing that again. That was awesome.
And you have a great staff.
Oh man, great staff, man. I've got great staff over there, and Jenny and Jess over here, and Joey that's been our executive chef over there. He's been with us since the beginning, and he took over there when we opened this one. Has been running it like gangbusters, and almost like chef never left. You know, a lot of people still like, you know, they ask all the time, and, you know, she's not here. I'm like, she's never here. These specials all come out of his head. I mean, he's worked for so many years, right? You train under somebody for that many years, learning. You know,
It's hard to find people like that,
Oh.
too.
But you produce the menu and then teach them to.
Mm-hmm. Well, so it's hard to find people like that, and one of the good things you get out of being a restaurateur is this guy wanted to start his own barbecue restaurant.
Yeah.
He attempted it, and in attempting it, you really understand how hard. Joey Schenkel. Joey Schenkel. He's got
That's John Taffy. Oh wait,
Huh?
John Taffy. Bar
You
rescue.
pointed over to Krishna. I thought maybe he
No.
was doing
No.
Just no. Joey Schenkel. Well, he was trying to get a barbecue place going, and he lived in Atlanta, and it's hard to get.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to get anything going. Period. And in
Yeah.
Atlanta,
More competition.
So he was working for us, and then he's just like, man, I'm in. And, he loves us. We love him. We love their family. That we're all. He's a part of our family. He really is. Same with Jessica here. Jessica Bradley here, the GM. She's worked for us for 4 years. Man, she's part of our family as well. And this place would not be what it is without Jessica. It certainly would not, because she is all these things you see on Facebook and all these parties and all that. That's all her.
That's the one I originally asked to be on the podcast. It's like, yes. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I forgot.
And so, she's
But yeah, I mean, I
she's the
forgot
reason,
that-
man, that this all goes on, and so she's been instrumental in helping Cafe Lucille be successful. Then over there, I have a lady named Jenny Weaverling has been with me since the very beginning. She took a little year hiatus and came back afterwards and helped me get this one open and established, and then been over there helping me run that one since the beginning. And Jenny is my right hand. If I didn't have Jenny, I don't know what. No, seriously, I would be. If I didn't have Jenny and Jess, I would be literally working from the time the sun went up to the sun went down.
I always say that good leaders pick good people to help manage.
I hope that's the case. I like this thing because that means that means I'm a good leader. I appreciate that.
That's the secret. So you don't have to. You can work on different projects
Oh, yeah.
while somebody focuses.
And I don't plan on being done downtown yet. This is
Yeah, okay.
my wife.
We're gonna move on.
Yeah, let's move on to that. So Oktoberfest, tell us about that. What made you want to start doing that? And you're part of a networking group, right?
So no networking group. I'm a part of Main Street Texarkana.
Okay, tell us about Main
So
Street.
Main Street Texarkana is it is a national organization. Main Street is.
Okay.
And you get your affiliation and you apply to be part of their organization through your efforts of wanting your downtown to revitalize.
Okay.
So this, I think it's been Main Street. It used to be Bond once upon a time, and then
Back in
we
the
started
day.
applying to Main Street organization. And then it became Main Street, and I've been part of Main Street since I was at Pecan Point in like 2015, and I left for a little bit when I went over there, but I would still help out on the board. And now I'm a VP on the board, and my job is to bring in sponsorships, new memberships, and bring in basically awareness of what Main Street is, because there's a lot of confusion of what Main Street is. Like you guys don't know. So we are not affiliated with any city, either Texas or Arkansas. We are purely about the revitalization of downtown. 100% of our money, 100% of it goes back into downtown Texarkana. So any money we raise, anything comes to us sponsorship wise, all turns around and we reinvest in downtown Texarkana. We've given tons of grants. We've given them to Ross and Schollmeyer over there. We've given tons of them to George and Dave. We've given some grants to the Eagle. Just trying to drive this.
Somebody that has a need that y'all support.
Yes. So
you
anything,
do what you can.
anything downtown we are, and we're kind of the middleman between all these government entities and all these places, because we're the funnel where you come into to get the grant. Like, I need to get downtown. I need to know where I need a grant. You need to come talk to Main Street. We'll facilitate. It's like and Oktoberfest, which is October the 4th at 4 p.m., is our biggest fundraiser of the year. And how that came about is we had an Oktoberfest on State Line, and it used to be Main Street's major fundraiser of the year was Dine on the Line. You remember Dine on the Line?
Yeah,
okay.
Where they set up tables.
Yeah, set up tables all down the line. So I was a part of the initial Dine on the Line, which you know how it is being on a board. You know, you find things, and if it makes money, it's good. And then it kind of peters out at the top.
Yeah.
You know, then
The momentum.
the momentum's gone, right? Or the new team doesn't carry the same momentum as the old team when the board changes over, right? So we had several years of Dine Online being profitable for the nonprofit, which is Main Street.
Yeah.
Then it didn't. And then it became Oktoberfest, and which is great. We had a really great turnout that first year with the 4 States Fermenters. Thank them, they're still part of this. And actually, Micah Ramage, shout out to Micah Ramage and the 4 States Fermenters. He's the one that runs it. It was James Ward before.
Oh, yeah.
And James Ward, the first one when they changed Dine on the Line over to Oktoberfest, because Dine on the Line had lost its momentum, right? Well, that first year, Robin Rogers was a part of it. And she, 4 States Living Magazine, she knows lots of people. She gets this thing going, and she really does a great job of putting this thing on.
What you need.
Yeah, you need somebody like that. She did a great job promoting and doing all this. But when it come down to the brass taxes of it, as an organization, we didn't make much. You know, a lot of production and not a lot of income. So it's kind of like, why?
That goes back to the numbers.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, then they attempted it one more year again on State Line, and it was a big time bust on us. We lost money on it, and it just kind of fizzled out. We had a competing event that happened on downtown, which happens a lot, things going on. And then it was really going to dissolve. As a board, we had sat there as a board and discussed, like, are we just going to drop Oktoberfest and find some new fundraiser and move it to a different year, so we're a different time of the year, so we're not competing events? And pretty much the board had said, yeah, we're going to. But Micah Ramage and the 4 States Fermenters didn't want to see it die. They enjoyed it. So then we started playing with logistics, okay? Who's going to put it on? Because Main Street's saying they don't want to. And so my wife, Jessica Bradley, and I said, you know what, screw it, we'll do it.
His wife is not Jessica Bradley.
No, my
His
wife is not.
And Jessica Bradley.
And Jessica, my wife is Rebecca Williams, Chef Becky Williams. I'm sorry, Jessica, I'm not trying to marry you today.
Jessica's bullshit all over there.
Yeah, she is. She's awesome. She really is. But so when we were doing that, logistics came in to like, what are we going to do? Because man, that's just too big of a footprint. And you have Texas side issues and Arkansas side issues, and they won't let you do this, but this side will let you do this. And there's all these things about trying to have it on the state line. And then we talk about moving it to the Arkansas side, and the 4 States Fermenters are like, we can't. Because we're a Texas organization, we can't go over there and give away beer. So logistically, it didn't make sense. And plus, Arkansas really has a whole lot of things going on over there. Texas side doesn't, and we're just barely into Texas, right? And it's still downtown, and we're all supporting downtown initiatives. And that's what Main Street does, whether Arkansas or Texas.
Well, you know, okay, so go back to that. So when I was getting my master's at A&M Texarkana, well, when I was working for marketing, not working, but I was taking a class in marketing, and we had a judge, I can't remember.
You have a master's?
Yeah, MBA. But it was taught, he was trying to do half the side, this is the way he presented. Arkansas side, party, Texas side, artsy.
No, 100%, and it's still like that. It really is. I mean,
It's more artsy.
it's to this side over here, the pro, track, all that's over here, right? And all the arts. And so it is the arts side. And Arkansas is the party side because Arkansas side, the state allows that. The Texas side, the state over here, you can't go past midnight. So there ain't no partying over here in the Texas side in the city.
Something that needs to be changed.
Yeah, but I think Texas City is good with just letting Arkansas side be the party side.
I think it's a good dynamic.
It is, and it works. But there hadn't been anything over here, right? And so Bill Skurlock also, who brews his own beer and the rest of the soul, over at Pecan Point, he was a member of the Four States Fermenters as well. So that was even more of a reason to drive it and put it down over here. Let me collapse the footprint of it so that I'm not trying to cover this giant area with just 1,000 people. And so we did it, and we did it last year, and it was a success.
And I came last year, and it was a great event.
Thanks a lot, I appreciate it.
So
And that was year one of Oktoberfest On Main. That's what we're calling this, Oktoberfest
Yeah, the
On
first
Main.
one's always the hard one.
It is, and then this one year, and we've already raised more money this year than we did last year, and we anticipate double the turnout, which we had close to 1,000 last year. So
What are
we
the
expect a lot of
challenges
that.
that you've learned? What did you learn from the first one to this one?
Oh man, I need to have Jessica in on this. She's learning more.
Ah,
Just little things, and we went into it last year, and I didn't take time to ask for enough volunteers last year. So when it came time, it wound up on me and my staff just to make this thing kind of happen.
Nobody asked me to volunteer for shit. I don't know why.
But I know why. But, they had the keg throw. I mean, they had a lot of really
So the Beer
cool
Olympics,
stuff.
that's cool.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we have Stein holding, which we'll fill it up, and we don't fill it up with beer, but it's soap and water. So yeah, and so you just hold these big giant, 22-ounce steins, and however long you hold them, we time it. So you two would have a team, and then they would go up against this other team, and then you have a winner at the end.
Nice.
Everybody enters. I think it's $25 a piece, which all goes 100% to Main Street. All goes to support downtown efforts, and then y'all get to have fun, and we'll time it. There's keg throwing. I mean, not throwing, but holding, where you take a keg and have to hold it up too. There's keg rolling, all kinds of different games.
I said throwing just because
It was
that's
the-
what I.
It was the
said.
grain sack tossing.
Okay.
I didn't want to say sack tossing.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. Weather was perfect that year. Or am I wrong?
No, it was hot, and that's why we moved it back to 4 o'clock. We had started it off at 11 and went to 5, and we didn't get busy until 3, until 5 last year, and we were all kind of petered out on the whole thing, right?
So what's the hours?
The hours this year are 4 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
And we've got a lot of new stuff this year. So we've added a ton of stuff this year. This year we have a free photo booth. Just come in and get your little Polaroid, and you can take that with you. We also have a college football watch party from 4 to 9, and then a college football watch party will not stop until the games are over. So if everybody's still drinking and partying and having a good
Who
time,
you
we're still
watching?
going. I'm a Sooner fan.
I know that.
So I think Texas is playing Florida that day, and that's going to be one of the big games that's on that one. We also have, check this out, beer donkeys.
Hold on.
What is a
Razorbacks,
bear?
what time are they playing?
Oh,
We
Razorbacks.
don't
Yeah, hold on.
We don't care.
Nobody cares.
I don't think the
about
Razorbacks
that.
are. I think they're playing early in the
Yeah,
morning.
I know,
They're playing
yeah.
early in the morning.
Yeah.
I was hoping that because I was really hoping the Razorbacks were playing at that time because I could get some Razorback sponsors for my college watch party. But since they're not, I can't. So.
So
We'll
the
take
don-
Texas.
The donkeys are.
The donkeys, yes. So we got a petting zoo for the kids area, and come along with the petting zoo are beer donkeys. Where
Yeah.
these beer, I've never seen these things, and I don't know what's up, but I'm interested. I'm ready to
Did
see
they
some.
drink beer?
I know they just deliver beer.
Oh.
I think Drunken Donkeys is. So to get beer at this place, you're going to either buy at Pecan Point or the Cafe Lucille. But to get the Four States Fermenters beers, they are donating it to us, and we are with the donation of $40. You'll get a wristband and a 4-ounce cup. You go in there, and they've got tons of different beers. I think they said they had 18 6-barrels.
And they have IPAs. They have.
Oh, I had everything.
they
It's
have-
not just German beer. They had everything. Yeah. And
Hefeweizen.
yeah, well, I guarantee they got some Hefeweizen,
Yeah,
which is German. Yeah.
That's my favorite drink.
Is it? Yeah, it's a nice. Yeah, it's a. But
So that's where we're at.
we also got 2 bands. We have Blackstrap, who will be playing from on top of the awning, and then also Michael Rhodes and his band will be playing up there. We'll have, I think we have 40 vendors and food vendors just throughout this little bit of block.
Okay.
And everything going on.
And the date is.
The date is October the 4th at 4 p.m. 4/4. October the 4th at 4
Saturday,
p.m.
right?
Saturday.
Saturday.
10-4-4.
10-4-4. That's right. 10-4-4. 10-4-4. So
Well, we appreciate you
Appreciate
coming
you.
out
Thank
tonight
you. Thank you
and
very much.
spending. If y'all don't know, we just invite people and they graciously decide to either come or not come. And
I'm gonna pull one quick. Let me hold on a second. You
Right.
keep going and talking.
Oh, yeah, go
Keep
ahead.
talking. Keep
Hey,
talking.
can I get another drink?
So,
Hey, Jason, give me another drink though, bro. Can I get another?
Oh hell yeah, man.
I was gonna do that.
Hey,
By the
It's like,
way.
I got something I need to put in the background.
All right,
when we talk
cool,
about
cool,
it.
cool.
There
No
we
worries.
go,
Go ahead.
Jay.
Y'all can edit it into it.
liquor out here, but our intent is always to
Promote downtown.
downtown.
Yeah.
And Jason is a good example of a person, individual, locally owned, locally.
I would tell you this, when it comes to downtown, or it's just, in this area in general, it's the barriers to entry are lower than a lot of other places, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so if you wanted to make a living around here, if you know what you're doing, it's probably easier here to do that than it is anywhere else. In my personal opinion, you know?
No, absolutely. They've done it in big towns, and they do it here for a tenth of the cost.
Yeah, yeah. Like Arkansas, which I consider this part kind of little part of Arkansas is the #1 voted cheapest place to live. And I kind of
I'm still being a bartender right
Oh,
now.
I understand.
In my own place.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. So that's the Oktoberfest posters here. I should have had these up in the back
yeah.
the whole time.
How does that look, Jason?
Well, I mean, it covers up your ugly mug. So it looks
There we
great.
go. And our sponsor, our presenting sponsor this year is Simmons Bank.
Coming in straight out of Little Rock.
Yeah, but Jason Ross.
Jason Ross,
Jason
yeah.
Ross, that's right. Jason Ross is our man.
Great
guy.
maker.
Yeah. We also have C&B, Ledwell, Total Care Medical Supply. We have a ton of Lost Pizza, State Bank.
How was your pizza at Benchmark, man? You know what? And see, my wife hates going on. Nothing against anybody's restaurants, by all means. She just hates going back to where she works in that general area. So we don't get to visit as much as I like,
Okay.
unless it's a special occasion. So I need
I
you to bring the
never worked there, so I go.
I need you to bring the
She
pizza
didn't
over
work for
here.
me.
I need you to bring
She
the
didn't
pizza
work-
over here.
Okay. And so our
Because I'm a pizza connoisseur. I'm gonna go ahead and
Our
tell you.
pizzas are really good, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's during the busy time, we're probably gonna stop
All
pizza.
your,
All our food's good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess all
I
food.
appreciate that. Yeah, we
Yeah.
are good and consistent about that.
Yeah.
And very creative.
And they are actually the best ran restaurant out of any ones that I've visited.
and they're local. I mean,
Thank you.
Yeah, that is not like a corporate
you
kind of
heard,
place.
yeah, you heard he came. He's from here. Came back here and wants to serve the people of Texarkana.
That's
Because
right.
we're
That's right.
hungry.
I want to keep doing it downtown too.
Yeah.
I'm on the Main Street, VP on the Main Street board, and so we tend to keep.
Hey, you
on
can
pushing.
move Benchmark down here.
No, he can't.
Oh, make another one. Make another.
No, I can't compete with myself on the side town. Now there are always things going on downtown, but my wife did tell me that to piss off that she's not doing anything. So anything I do from here on in the future.
My wife tells me that all the time.
But guess what? So I have an LLC.
It's not that I don't pay attention. I just forget.
So I'll have to start a whole new LLC over here on the side. But I mean, again, in the end, it's all the same
Yeah.
money. So she's gonna have
Yeah,
some.
right.
She's gonna have.
She's gonna have more.
Yeah.
We love you
Thanks a
for
lot.
doing,
Appreciate
it.
being
Thanks a lot. I
downtown
appreciate it.
and
Thanks a lot,
doing
brother.
this
Thank you.
thing.
All right, yeah, appreciate it.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And have a good night.
You as well, brother. I almost wanted to